Hi, good morning, students. My name is Nishana Parveen, and I'm a postgraduate in physics. I completed my BSc as well as MSc from a relevant university named Calicut University, and I have been teaching for past 5 years. Today, we are gonna learn polynomials. Okay, polynomials is a very common topic and it's a very base topic. Okay, today we will be just discussing few things about polynomials, and later on we will just move to higher topics.
So today we can go with such a base topics, and the coming classes we will be dealing more and more tough topics. Okay, so today I'm going with a math topic. Basically, I teach math as well as physics for all the classes. So today we are just going with a math topic. Okay, I hope you guys can see the whiteboard. If you're not able to see the whiteboard, just inform me. I'll be checking what is happening there. Okay, so polynomials. So basically, polynomials is a collection of unlike terms. What is a polynomial? Polynomial is a collection of unlike terms, like a sum or difference of unlike terms. Okay, I'll give you one example there. So let it be a plus 2b plus 3c. Okay, basically, what is this 2 and 3? Okay, I'll tell you before that what it is. Let me tell you 5a. Okay, this 5a, and this 5 is the coefficient, and a is the variable. Okay, a is the variable. That means alphabets are basically variables, and the number with the alphabet is the coefficient. So here I have written a plus 2b plus 3c. This is a polynomial. So I told you that polynomial is collection of unlike terms. So a plus 2b plus 3c, this is a polynomial, or let me just write like 3x square plus 2x plus 5. This is a polynomial. Or let me write 3x square. This is a polynomial. 3x square plus 5x. This is a polynomial. A plus B plus C. This is a polynomial. So on. These are polynomials. Got it? So basically, when I wrote 3x square, give me a second. So 3x square, this only have one term, right? You can see that 3x square, this is a single term. So I can call this as monomial. Okay, this is a monomial. Why it's a monomial? Because only have one term. So this is a binomial. Why? It contains two terms. It's binomial. So here you can see A, B, C, or you can see A plus 2B plus 3C, or 3x squared plus 2x plus 5, or x plus y plus z. These all have three terms, right? So I can call this as a trinomial. So I hope it's clear. These are three types or different types of polynomials: monomial, binomial, trinomial, and so on. Depending upon how many terms a polynomial contains, we can just classify it as monomial, binomial, trinomial, etc. So this whole together, we can call it as polynomials. I hope it's clear for you. Polynomials is classified as monomial, binomial, trinomial, etc. upon how many terms it have. Okay, got it? Okay, so if you guys have any doubts means you have to tell me. Okay, so coming to the next one, we can just go with operations with polynomials. With polynomials. Okay, operations with polynomials. Basically, we know that addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, these are the basic operations, right? So we know that numbers, we can add numbers, we can subtract numbers, we can multiply numbers, we can divide numbers. Similarly, we can just do this all the four process with a polynomial also. I'll give you an example. Let me call it 5x squared plus 2x plus 3. Let it be a polynomial. I have to add this polynomial with like 2x squared plus 5x plus 5. How do I add this polynomial? I have given you like two polynomials, 5x squared plus 2x plus 3 and 2x squared plus 5x plus 5. Just imagine I have to add these polynomials. So I can add the like terms. What I mean by like terms, here 5x squared and 2x squared. These are like terms. Just look, this is x squared, this is x squared. They have the variable same. So they have x squared. So we can tell them they are like terms. So I'm going to add this. 5 plus 2 is 7. So it's 7x squared. We can just add the polynomials or like terms as we do the normal addition. Only thing is you have to check whether it is like term or not. So 5x squared plus 2x squared, I just added it. I got 7x squared. Okay, got it? Any doubts, my students? Okay, so next, 2x plus 5x. Again, I can add because 2x and 5x. Just look, 2x, 5x. Again, they are like terms, right? Because they only contain x. So I can just add that. 7x. Next come 3 plus 5. 3 plus 5, I'll get 8. So this is the addition. So I added the polynomial. Got it? Any doubts, my children? Okay, so this is how we will be just adding the polynomials. And now coming to subtracting. I told you we can do all the operations with the polynomials, right? So we just went with addition. Now shall we go with subtraction? Okay, we can just subtract polynomials. Let me give you like 5x squared plus 7x plus 9 subtracted by 2x squared plus 3x minus 5. I just want to subtract. So I told you when we are adding, we just added the like terms, right? Very similar, we will be subtracting the like terms. Okay, so 5x squared minus 2x squared. 5 minus 2 is 3, right? So I'll get it here, 3x squared. Next comes 7x minus 3x. I'll give 7x minus 3x will give me 4x. Okay, then 9 minus of minus 5. 9 minus of minus 5. So 9 plus 5. Got it? So I'll get it as 40. Did that make sense? This is how you will be just doing. So we did addition, we did subtraction. Similarly, we can just do multiplication as well as division. Got it? Multiplication and division is also possible. So let me just go with multiplication first. So let me show you minus 4x cubed y squared z times 2x squared y cubed z squared. Just imagine I have to multiply. I told you that we have to consider the like terms, right? Before multiplying, we have to know a few things. Okay, I think you guys may have studied in younger class. Okay, let me go through that once. If you are not remembering, you can just refresh, right? So a raised to m, the whole raised to n is equal to a raised to m times n. What does it mean? Okay, just imagine you have 2 raised to 3, the whole square. You can just add like 2 raised to 3 times 2. That's 2 raised to 6. Did that make sense? Okay, so this is how you will be doing this one. You have to keep in mind, okay, a raised to m, the whole raised to n will give you a raised to m times n. At the same time, just look, a raised to m times a raised to n will give you a raised to m plus n. What does it mean? I'll give you an example. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Just imagine you have to do 2 raised to 3 times 2 raised to 4. Okay, this is very similar to the above form, right? A raised to m times a raised to n. That means here both the base should be very same. That is the only thing you have to keep in mind. The base should be same. That is 2 raised to 3 and 2a raised to m. Okay, so you just look a raised to m plus n, right? That is 2 raised to 3 plus 4. That is 2 raised to 7. Okay, you cannot multiply. Just imagine if it is 2 raised to 3 times 3 raised to 3. You cannot just add them because the base is not same. So only thing you have to be careful while doing this is the base should be same. Then only you can just add the exponents. Okay. So this is the next equation you have to keep in mind. And this is very super important. Okay. And next comes a raised to m divided by a raised to n. Either you can write it like this, or you can write it a raised to m divided by a raised to n. Both are same. You should not confuse when you see in different format there. Both the format are same. So you can write it as a raised to m minus n. Very important. This one you have to keep in mind. So I'll give you an example. 2 raised to 4 divided by 2 raised to 2. This is same as a raised to m divided by a raised to n. Only thing is a should be same. That is base should be same. So I can write it as 4 minus 2. I'll get it 2 raised to 2. Got it? This makes then adding, subtracting, multiplying of the exponents more easy, right? So these three equations are super important equation. Okay, so I think we just came to this to solve this particular one, right? So I told you we can add polynomials, we can subtract polynomials. Now we can multiply polynomials. How? I'll show you. Okay, students, do you have any doubts? You have to tell me, then only I'll be knowing. You have to tell me if you have any doubts. If you have any question, you can just tell me. Okay, so any doubts? Okay, no, I guess. So students, shall we go to the next one? This was our question, right? So just look. Minus 4 times 2, I'll get minus 8. Here I can see x raised to 3, x raised to 2. So it comes x raised to 3 times x raised to 2. Comes in this form, right? It comes x raised to 3 plus 2. Because we know that a raised to m times a raised to n will give you a raised to m plus n. We just have to add the powers. Okay, similarly, y raised to 2 plus 3. Z raised to 1 plus 2. Why I wrote z raised to 1 plus 2? Because you can see here, z raised to no power is there. That means it's z raised to 1. Okay, so let me simplify this. Negative 8, x raised to 5, y raised to 5, and z raised to 3. I hope it's very clear for you. So you can do it like this. Okay. So shall we go with the division? If you guys have no doubts, means we can just go with that division. So I told you we can just add the polynomials, we can subtract the polynomials, we can divide the polynomials, and we can multiply the polynomials, right? So shall we go with the division? So 21 x raised to 5 y square divided by 7 x raised to 3 y square. Okay, so here we can just divide. First, we can just divide the numbers. 21 divided by 7, we know that 7 3s are 21, right? So we'll get 3. So 7 x raised to 5 divided by x raised to 3. We know that a raised to m divided by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. So I can write it as x raised to 5 minus 3. Similarly, y raised to 2 minus 2. So I'll get 3x square y raised to 0. So obviously, also you have to keep in mind, y raised to 0 is 1. Means any variable, any numbers which raised to 0 will give you 1. X raised to 0 will give you 1. 2 raised to 0 will give you 1. Any number to the power of 0 will give you 1. So this y raised to 0 is 1. So you will get 3x square. Is that clear, my students? So this is how you have to solve the things. I hope it's clear for you. Also, before while doing the problems, you just keep in mind, always negative of a minus b will be equal to b minus a. This is not that big deal, but you keep this in mind because whenever you're doing a problem, at that time you don't think too much. You can just memorize and keep this. That means whenever you are multiplying a negative to the bracket, or whenever you're taking out, that means if you're taking out a negative from the bracket, you have to change the sign of each term inside the parenthesis. Okay, so it was negative of a minus b. When I took this negative to the bracket, it became b minus a. That means b was initially negative, it became positive. A was initially positive, it became negative. So that means they changed their sign. I hope it's clear for you. So shall we go with the next one? Okay, I hope so. We can just do some problems there. Okay, so we can just do one problem. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so we can just do multiply 2x plus 1 times x minus 5. Okay, so as you know, we can just go with the distribution method, right? Means 2x plus 1 times x minus 5. You can go with FOIL method. Okay, FOIL method. So first outer, inner, and last pair of terms. Or you can just simply multiply each term with each term on the other bracket. That means 2x times x will give you 2x squared. Then 2x times minus 5 will give you minus 10x. 1 times x will give you x. And 1 times minus 5 will give you minus. Easy, right? Means each term you are going to multiply with each term on the other. After completing one single term, just go with the next one. Otherwise, you may confuse between the terms. So you just look, first I completed 2x with all the terms on the other bracket. Then I went to M1. Then I just completed 1 with each term on the other bracket. So now I can just simplify 2x squared minus 10x plus x will give me minus 9x minus 5. Got it? This is how you can just do it. Okay, so we can just go with another question. X plus 3 times x minus 3. You guys have any idea how to do this? You can just go with FOIL method, right? Okay, I'll just do it. You just listen, I'll just do it. X times x will give me x squared. X times minus 3 is going to give minus 3x. 3 times x will give me 3x. 3 times negative 3 will give me minus 9. So negative 3x, positive 3x, they cancel out. So you will get x squared minus 9. Any confusions? A normal method. We just went with just FOIL method. So here you can see that it's x plus 3 times x minus 3, right? So you just look, whenever we are just going with this FOIL method, it took a little time, right? So whenever you are doing same addition and subtraction, that is a plus b times a minus b, you can go with an easy method. That is a square minus b square. Got it? So that means x plus 3 times x minus 3 will give you x square minus 3 square. That is x square minus 9. So we got the answer very quick, right? So you just study and you memorize and keep such equations. Why? Because in our normal class, it's okay. But whenever you are going for a competitive exam like SAT, PSAT, ACT, anything, let it be anything, HSPT, like that, any examination, this will help. Okay, so we know that such exams are time exams, right? At that time, whenever you know such things, it will save your time. It's a time saver. So this equation is super important. Okay, so I'll give you like 2 or 3 homeworks and we will just wind up the session. Okay, we'll be just continuing this in the next class. Okay, I'll just give you a few questions. Okay, we can just do x plus 5 times x minus 5. This is only 2 questions I'm going to give you. X1 is 2y plus 1 times 2y minus 1. Just try this 2 question for the next class. We will be just discussing it in the next class. We will be first going with this homeworks, and after that, we will be just going with a new topic. In case if you have any doubts in between, you just put a message to me. We will just discuss. Okay, I hope whatever we have taken is very clear for you. I'll just summarize what we have done today. What we have done today, first we discussed what is a polynomial. Polynomial is just a collection of like terms, unlike terms. I'm sorry, unlike terms. So next we just studied different types of polynomial, monomial, binomial, trinomial, etc. Next, we just studied how to add polynomials, how to subtract polynomials, how to divide polynomials, and how to multiply polynomials. Okay, and we just went with like few exponent rules there. Also, we just went with one equation, a square minus b square is equal to a plus b times a minus b. Okay, students, I hope the things are clear. Okay, thank you. We'll be just seeing in the next class. Bye.